Welcome back to Aaron's Daily Thoughts. Today's subject is start now. So many times we fall into the trap of, when this happens, I'll do this. And we don't even really think about it. We have all these projects we want to start. We have this ideal life we want, the person we want to become. Whatever it is, whether it's working out, whether it's, starting a business, whether it's starting a new project, whether it's doing home improvement, whatever it is, you're like, you keep making these people keep making these excuses like, when the weather changes, I'll do this. When I'm out of school, I'll start this. When this quarantine is over, I'll start this. But the problem is that time rolls around when you said you were going to do that thing, and then something else comes up. And something else comes up. And because you're always subconsciously looking for excuses, you will always find them. So no matter what time it is, no matter what the circumstances are, you're going to find an excuse. And it will never happen because you're like, oh, I got this going on, I'll do it when this happens. And then that happens, and then you're like, oh, I got something else going on. And it's just this cycle just keeps going on and on and on forever. And you just keep saying, as soon as I reach that next thing, that next position in the job, that next raise, as soon as we're out of school, as soon as this quarantine's over, then I'll start. But because you're procrastinating, because you're putting it off, you will never start. And so the time to start is now. The circumstances will never be absolutely perfect. So work with what you have. If you change your thinking, so instead of looking for excuses, you look for opportunities, then that will change your life forever. And you're going to have to go against your instincts. You're going to have to consciously override that subconscious programming. Another thing people do is place their happiness in the future. Here's what I mean. People say, when this happens, I'll be happy. When this next thing happens, when I get this raise, when I earn more money, when I'm more fit, I will be happy. When I have this new car, I will be happy. But because you're placing your happiness in the future, you won't ever be happy. Because if you're saying, when this happens, I will be happy, that means you're not happy right now. And that means even when that thing comes, you're still saying, when this happens, I will be happy. It comes. And because your happiness does not depend on your outside circumstances, you're relying on your circumstances to make you happy. And so they don't. Because the only person who can control your happiness is you. Let me tell you a story. So this is from a podcast called Quote of the Day by Sean Croxton. I've quoted them a lot on this channel, but you should totally check them out. You can find them on Apple Podcasts. Anyway, so the story is about this family, and the parents had this parent. One of the parents had a parent who, was the grandma of all this extended family, and she pulled one of the parents aside and told them that they were her favorite child. And when she dies, she's going to leave all of her inheritance to them. And everyone in the family knew that this lady had, tons of money piled up in stocks and she had a wealthy property. She had a big house. She had nice cars, and just they knew that she had a wealthy inheritance. And so they're like, oh, that's awesome. And so they lived a few years thinking, everything's gonna be better when Aunt Margaret dies. Everything's gonna be better, and time passes. They keep thinking everything's gonna be better. They have financial crises. Everything's gonna be better when she dies, and then one day, the parents start to talk to each other and realize, why are we waiting for her to die? Why don't we just start earning money now? Because by the time she dies, we could be in our 40s, even 50s. So we should start earning money right now. I mean, why wait? Why are we waiting for something else to happen to us? And so they started a business. They collected that money, they built up their finances, and by the time she actually died, they were a million times better than they were at the beginning. They were super well off and everything was great. When Aunt Margaret died, everyone realized everyone else in the family had been told the exact same thing, that they were the favorite and that they were going to get all of the inheritance. And I think she did that so that they would be nice to her, because that's what happened. They were all nice to her, they bribed her, every time she asked them to do something, they were super nice to her, just because she told them that they were her favorite. Anyway, when she died, it turns out that she didn't have any money. It turns out that all the money she had, she spent on her inheritance. And so she had none. Like, she spent on her land, and she was actually in debt. So all the money was gone, and nobody actually got anything. But that one family who decided to act right then, they were so much better off, because they weren't waiting for an outside circumstance to change their lives. You have the power to change your life. Start now. That's all I have for today. See ya.